We'll have seen the meaning of industry and the definition feature also. Now let us see what are the different kinds of industries. Here, industries are mainly classified here on two bases. Industries can be classified on the basis of activities and on the basis of size. You can see the chart there. Industry is classified on the basis of activity one side, and another side it is right side it is on the basis of size. So on the basis of activity, industries can be classified into primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary industries include extraction industry, genetic industry, and again secondary industries consist of manufacturing industries and construction industries. Again, if you see, manufacturing industries consists of analytical industries, synthetic industries and processing industries. Again, if you broadly on the basis of size, if you classify the industries may be micro, small, medium or large industries. These are the four categories of industries on the basis of size. Now let us discuss one by one. Now let us see on the basis of activities. On the basis of activities, industries may be divided into three wide categories, namely primary industries, secondary industries and tertiary industries. Now let us see what is the meaning of primary industries. Primary industry is concerned with production of goods with the help of nature. It means we are producing, or industry is producing the goods taking the raw material from the nature. It is nature oriented industry which requires very little human effort. For example agriculture, farming, forestry, fishing, horticulture, etc. The industry may be further subdivided like this. They may be extractive industries. Extractive industries extract or draw out products from natural resources. Extractive industries supply some basic raw materials that are mostly products of geographical or natural environment. Products of these industries are usually transformed into many other useful goods by manufacturing industries. Some important extractive industries include here farming, mining, oil drilling, hunting and fishing operations. So next what we here, what is the primary industry here is genetic industries. These industries remain engaged in breeding plants and animals for their use in their further production. The seeds, nursery companies, poultry farming, dairy here, piggery, hatcheries, nursery, fisheries, etc. are some examples of genetic industries. These are mostly related to cattle breeding and all this. They are multiplying the breeds, right? Genetic industry that is called. They are multiplying the plants or the animals. Though we have seen primary industries in that subcategories like extractive industries and the genetic industries. Extractive here we have seen extractive industry means they extract something from the nature to produce the goods. Genetic industries means they multiply the pets, maybe plants or the animals. So these are very much concerned with the nature. Remember that. Now we'll go to the next type of industries, secondary industries. Then what are secondary industries? The secondary industries are concerned with the using the materials which have already been extracted at the primary stage. In what primary stage, what all the extraction have been done, these are used here. Actually, primary industries provide raw materials or semi-finished products to the secondary industries. These secondary industries process such materials to produce the goods for final consumption or for further processing by other industrial units. Usually, secondary industries produce goods or service for final consumption, or sometimes even they can produce the semi-finished product also. These can be sent for further production. Now, let us see what are the different types of secondary industries. In the secondary industry, first what we are going to study is manufacturing industries. These industries are usually engaged in producing goods through processing of raw materials, and they create the farm utilities. They process raw materials and they give farm utilities. They provide farm utilities. Farm utilities means they change entirely the shape or form of the product. For example, wood is converted into furnitures, and iron here or crude oil is converted into finished oil. Well, like this, it happens. They are here again different kinds. Again, we can classify manufacturing industry into different categories also. This manufacturing industries may be further divided into four categories on the basis of method of operation for production. In that first we have written is analytical industry. Then let us see what is analytical industry. This industry analyzes and separates different elements from the same materials, as in the case of oil refinery. They analyze, they subdivide from the single material. They analyze or they separate different elements, different in the same crude oil only different elements we find. Take for example petroleum gel, what we apply for our this cracked feet. It and again we get petrol also from the crude petroleum oil. Petroleum gel we get for the as in the form of balm. I think it's an ointment like we can apply for the cracked feet, and petroleum we get, and so many so many items, so many things we get. So we are same from the same crude oil, we are separating different items. That is what is analytical. We are analyzing or separating different elements from the same material. Okay, next is synthetic industry. Synthetic industry here combines various ingredients into new product. Especially in the case of cement, you can see in science we have studied to make the cement, limestone, gypsum, so many items are required. Mixing all those items, we can produce the here new item called cement. And you can we know that here in day-to-day example, if you take, if you want to prepare a juice, so only lemon extract is not called juice. Only it is a it's a liquid. If it is added to water, then sugar, salt, and lemon extract, all these are added. And if you want, here cardamom is added, we'll get a very delicious juice like this. We synthetic industries means they use various ingredients to produce the one product, that is called synthetic industry. The next comes is processing industry. Processing industry means The industries which involve successive stages for manufacturing finished product. For example, here in case of sugar, it involves various stages or processes. Take for example, sugar is not here grown in the field. ಈಗ ಶುಗರ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಶುಗರ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, wheat here from the sugar cane, juice is extracted and then it is boiled. Various raw materials are separated, and finally we get jaggery. Then from that jaggery, the color is to be removed. Then crystal is to be formed. Then ultimately we get sugar. So many processes. Extraction sugar, sugar cane juice is one process, then boiling is another process, separating in one more process, then here removing the smell or color is from the jaggery is another process, and finally crystallizing the this one crystallizing into sugar is a last process. Like this, various process or various steps will be there. So here so many industries include so many steps. So when different processes are followed to produce a product, that is called processing industry. Then next comes is assembly assembling industries. These industries assemble different component parts to make a new product. You can see in case of television, car, computer, etc. Assembly here. Assembly means collecting ಅಥವಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪೇರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಒಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಎನಿ vehicles, all the parts of vehicles are not produced by single company or the same company. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಒಂದೇ ಕಂಪನಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Wheel may be produced by one company, and body parts may be produced by another company, engine one more company. Like this, various spare parts are produced by different companies, and they are all assembled or collected by the here one company, and it produces assembles all these spare parts and produce the new vehicle, maybe car or any vehicle you can take. That is what here is assembling industries. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪೇರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟಾಟಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ, but some medium scale or some average companies they can't do it. Then even though Tata can do, but at one place they can't do all this. Different branches will be there, different types of industries and different names will be there. They are producing different spare parts and they are assembled at one place where the final product is produced. Like this they do. That is called assembling industry. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪೇರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಒಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಗೆ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Then next is construction. Here I'll go to the next type of secondary industries. Now this is manufacturing is one. Here again we have studied subcategories. Now we are going to we'll see construction industries. This is the second type of secondary industry. Here, these construction industries are involved in the construction of road, dams, bridges, tunnels, canals, and buildings. So many here infrastructure providing industries are there in the construction industries. They provide us they provide the economic development of the country in the form of infrastructure development. Infrastructure is very important for the smooth flow of the industries. These construction industries help the help all other types of industries by constructing various infrastructure facilities. Now I'll see the third category of industries, that is tertiary industries or service industries. Usually they do not produce goods. These industries produce utility services and sell them at a profit. Tertiary industries are tertiary industries are also called service industries. Usually they don't produce the goods. These here they provide utility services and sell them at a profit. They help trade, industry and commerce. These are also called ancillaries. These include industries like banking, insurance, warehouses, advertisement, etc. So because here when industries are there, whatever goods they want to produce, they will need finance, they need protection because they have to face the risk. To face the risk, there must be a coverage of insurance. Then excess of here, what produced goods are to be protected. For that purpose, warehouse is very much required. And the goods produced are there, they are to be popularized. For that purpose, advertisement is also necessary. Like that, these tertiary industries or service industries, they are helping all the industries, all the primary and secondary industries by providing finance here to protecting the industry and by advertising the goods like this. Okay, these are the different types of industries what we have studied. Now let us see what are the different types of tertiary industries usually include. See, these include personalized services, public services, distributive services, financial services, then quaternary services. Then what is personalized service here includes individuals and private institutions selling their service to others. Maybe here plumber, servant maid, etc. Means personally they serve the others. So plumbers and all these, they fix the tap and all this. That is, they get for a particular person. They give service to a particular person. And maid who are here in the houses, maid and all the in the houses, maids are working, and sometimes in the office also maids are working. They present themselves to provide the service. That is called personalized service. Then public service. So many public here for public utility purpose services are being provided. Such services are called public services. For example, government hospitals, schools, police, government offices, etc. They provide service to the people on behalf of the government without any profit motive. That is called public service. Then next is a distributive service. Distributive service helps in that helps the industries to reach the ultimate consumer or users. For example, transportation, warehousing, logistics, salesmanship, etc. They come under this type of service, distributive services. These are. Then financial services. You know that financial is lifeblood of business. Without finance, we cannot imagine. So finance is required. Banking, factoring, accounting, insurance. They all provide financial services to the industries as well as to the consumers. Then what are quaternary services? These are professional or specialized skills and high technology are used to provide the services. For example, software development, auditing, research and development, all these. So these are nowadays you find that very interesting, very required also. Otherwise, we cannot imagine the learning here. Nowadays, COVID situation is that because of the online, because of the software development, because of the remote learning, it is possible for us to learn the things. So we can, because of this, we can save our time also. That is also there. Then one more industry is there, but it is not written. So that is culinary service. If you can write here, you can see the notes for the explanation. Culinary service here. These are idea. These are nothing but ideas generation. So some ideas are to be generated, new technologies are to be evolved, new policies are to be implemented by some experts, because same old trend is there, that will not be helpful for us. Nowadays research and development, yeah, one branch or one separate department is there in every kind of industry, because it gives scope for innovation and the development of the product. So always experts, they give new idea for the development of the product. And because if changes are not made, the industry or the business, they cannot survive in the market. If they are to be they want to be survived, then obviously there is a need of all new technologies, new services. So that's why new technology, new ideas are to be always, new policy are to be formed to, and experts have to provide that. Their decisions must influence the nation and the international institutions and some other sponsor also. Okay, these are all called culinary services. Now let us move towards the. Now let us see on the basis of size how the industries are classified. On the basis of size, we can classify the industries as micro industries, small industries, medium industries, and large scale industries. These are there in the second chapter that we'll study in detail. Okay. Now for today, we'll conclude this video. Okay. Thank you one and all. We'll see you in the next video. Okay. Thank you.